Hi everyone and welcome to Edile. So today in this video we are having the Rhapsody textbook answers of chapter 2 with Tithonus. So let's begin with the MCQ answers. So the answer of first part is B, answer of second part is D, answer of third part is C, and then answer of fourth part is C, answer of fifth part is D, and then sixth is C, then seventh is also C, and then eighth is B part, then ninth is A part, and then 10th is A part, 11th is D part, and 12th is D, and then 13th is B part, then 14th is C part, and then let's move to 15th and its answer is B part. Now let's move to logic based questions. The first answer is they have to decay and fall as a law of nature. Now the answer of second part is he is weathering slowly and becoming old but unable to die. Now the third answer is the goddess of dawn has granted him eternal life. Now the answer of fourth is he was chosen by the goddess of dawn. Now the answer of fifth part, the goddess did not care while giving the boon to Tithonus and behaved like the rich man. Now the answer of sixth part is the beauty of the goddess is renewed every morning. Now let's move to seventh part and the answer is the gods have no power to take the boon back. Now the eighth part is it will mean that curse of immortality will never end for him.
ये हमारे पास CUET की फिजिक्स की क्वेश्चन बैंक है, तो अभी हम उसका एक क्वेश्चन करेंगे. वेव्स एंड डिक्रीजिंग ऑर्डर ऑफ देयर वेवलेंथ आर ए ऑप्शन एक्स रेज, इंफ्रारेड रेज, विजिबल रेज, रेडियो वेव. बी रेडियो वेव्स, विजिबल रेज, इंफ्रारेड, एक्स रेज. सी रेडियो वेव्स, इंफ्रारेड वेव्स, विजिबल रेज, एक्स रेज. डी ऑप्शन रेडियो वेव्स, यूवी रेज, विजिबल रेज या एक्स रेज. करेक्ट ऑप्शन इज सी, रेडियो वेव्स, इंफ्रारेड रेज, विजिबल रेज एंड एक्स रेज. तो ये था हमारे CUET की क्वेश्चन बैंक का एक क्वेश्चन. ये है NTA CUET की फिजिक्स की क्वेश्चन बैंक. इसमें आपको चैप्टर वाइज थ्योरी मिलेगी, लेटेस्ट ईयर 2023 का क्वेश्चन पेपर भी मिलेगा, उसके सॉल्यूशंस भी इंक्लूडेड हैं इसमें, और इसमें आपको न्यू पैटर्न के क्वेश्चंस भी इंक्लूडेड हैं. इसमें 1100 प्लस MCQs अवेलेबल हैं और इसको ओसवाल पब्लिकेशन ने पब्लिश किया है. इसके इंडेक्स में सभी इम्पोर्टेंट कंटेंट्स भी मिल जाएंगे और इसमें हर क्वेश्चंस के करेक्ट सॉल्यूशंस दिए हैं और विद प्रॉपर एक्सप्लेनेशन. तो ये बुक आपकी प्रिपरेशन में बहुत ही ज़्यादा हेल्पफुल होगी और इसकी लिंक डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स में गिवन है, वहाँ से आप उसको परचेज कर सकते हैं.
Now the ninth part answer is the flute played upon by god Apollo. Now the 10th part answer is of having the power to die. Now let's move to short answer questions, and the answer of first part is the boon of immortality does not allow Tithonus to die. He is getting old and weak. It has made his condition miserable. He has to face the problems of old age forever. Therefore, he calls the boon of immortality cruel. Now let's move to second answer. The goddess of dawn named Aurora lives above the clouds in the east. This is a place far away from the earthly world. The world of goddess is full of light, youth and beauty. When the clouds get separated, a view of earthly world can he had from the world where the goddess lives. Let's move to third answer. It is Tithonus was a young and glorious man. The goddess of dawn chose him rather than any other god. At that moment, Tithonus was very happy. He asked the goddess to grant him immortality. Now let's move to fourth part answer, and the answer is the goddess Aurora granted immortality to Tithonus with a smile in a careless way. Her way of granting this boon was similar to the careless way of the rich in which they give money to someone. It means the goddess and the rich are not much bothered about the consequences or results of their actions like these. So let's move to fifth part. Now Tithonus, the speaker, wants the goddess to take back the boon of immortality given to him and rectify her error. He wants to return the boon as it has caused him much sorrow because of the problems that come with the old age. Now, sixth answer. The goddess of dawn has bright and beautiful curls that change colors. They look like sunny rings. Her heart beating with renewed passion shows her freshness. As she is the goddess of dawn, her face shines and brings light to the world. Her shine and glory blind the stars. In the twilight appears like flakes of fire. Now, seventh part. Tithonus points out that gods too are helpless and cannot take back the boons granted by them to someone. He realizes this when he makes a request to the goddess to take back the boon of immortality that she had granted to him. Instead of giving any answer to goddess, turns away with tears in eyes and disappears. Now let's move to long answer questions, and the first part is the Tithonus was chosen by goddess Aurora as her lover. He asked for the boon of immortality. From her she granted the boon which made Tithonus immortal. According to this boon, Tithonus will remain alive and never meet his death. This boon made Tithonus unhappy. He grew old and his body turned weak, though he still had youthful passion and desires. He considers his present deathless condition a kind of curse and something cruel. He has to remain suffering due to old age as he cannot die, so he is unhappy with his present condition. As a result of his sorrowful existence resulting from the boon granted by Aurora, he longs for death. He believes that only death can provide him release from his present condition of immortality, which has become a cause of his endless sufferings in old age. He longs for death in a way it is longing for an end to his miseries resulting from an old body with a youthful heart. Now the second answer. The poem Tithonus by Tennyson is in the form of a dramatic monologue. A mythological figure, Tithonus falls in love with Aurora, the goddess of dawn, who grants him the boon of immortality. This boon appears cruel to Tithonus as he grows old, but can't die. The poem about his regret and lamentation has several characteristic features of a dramatic monologue. It begins at a crucial juncture and a serious situation related to Tithonus' condition due to the boon. He laments the boon granted to him and wants the goddess to take it back. It develops a dramatic situation important for a dramatic monologue. The dramatic situation becomes more serious when the goddess disappears, indicating her inability to accept the request. In a dramatic monologue, there is only one speaker who expresses his feelings through views in a dramatic situation. The presence of a listener there is only realized and pointed out through different hints. Tithonus is the one who speaks in this poem. The goddess' presence can be understood from the way Tithonus comments about her gestures and movements. He tells how she moves about and expresses her helplessness in taking the boon back. Like a typical dramatic monologue, Tithonus, the only speaker in the poem, reveals much about his own self. He tells about the way he was granted the boon and felt happy without realizing its consequences. While talking to the goddess, he reveals many things about his own life. The conversational style of the poem adds to the dramatic elements to the speech of the single speaker. Tithonus also uses several expressions like lo, I asked thee, I, me, which add to the dramatic elements in this poem. All these features of the poem Tithonus make it a dramatic monologue. Now third part. Tithonus was granted a boon of immortality and he started living with the goddess in the east. But his sorrows resulting from the gift of immortality make him think of his mortal life on the earth. He finds that life more beautiful and valuable than his immortal existence. During his youthful days on the earth, he was an energetic and handsome young man. He used to look at the clear outline formed round the goddess of dawn. He could see her bright curls turning into sunny rings. It used to make him passionate about his face would acquire an attractive glow. He describes the way he used to be impacted by the feelings of love for the goddess. The loveful kisses of the goddess used to turn his eyes, forehead, and lips moist. Though he heard the living words of the goddess, but he could not understand those words at that time. Tithonus' description of his life on the earth expresses his regret resulting from the gift of eternal life without eternal youth. Now let's move to fourth part. The poet describes the goddess Aurora's journey through the character of Tithonus, the speaker in this poem. Tithonus recalls the way he had invited troubles for him in seeking gift of immortality from the goddess. He talks about the way the goddess moves across the sky in a beautiful way and brings light to the world. The poet describes the journey of the goddess using images of light and darkness. As the day dawns, the darkness of the night disappears. The slow appearance of the red rays of the sun resemble the gradual redness appearing on the cheeks of the goddess Aurora. The sweet shining light of her eyes, the stars get dazzled and disappear. At that time, the horses yoked to the chariot of the goddess are eager and restless to take her out for a journey. When they shake their manes, the darkness disappears. It results in the breaking of the day. It appears like flakes of fire. The goddess' journey thus makes the beginning of the day. Now, fifth part. Tithonus' feelings and attitude towards immortality is his old age are totally different from what they were in his youth. They have undergone a change because of the troubles that he has to face due to the boon of immortality bestowed upon him by the goddess of dawn. In his youth, Tithonus accepted the boon of immortality with happiness and a sense of gratitude. He thought that he would enjoy pleasures of life and the company of the goddess endlessly, but he realized his mistake later. Tithonus in his old age has no charm for an immortal life. He suffers the pains and problems that inevitably accompany old age. On becoming old, he prefers death to immortality. Now the immortality appears to be a curse. It is a way to prolong his sufferings. He wants a goddess to take her boon back. In his youthful days, immortality had great attraction for him, and he considered it a special blessing for him. On the other hand, the same boon of immortality he thinks is the source of all his sorrows and sufferings. Now let's move to sixth part. Tithonus pleads to the goddess Aurora not to keep him with her in the east in his immortal state. He offers different arguments to convince the goddess. He gives the reason that both of them do not share the same nature and their fate is not the same. The goddess is immortal and always young. Her beauty is renewed every day. But Tithonus is immortal without eternal youth. He tells the goddess Aurora that his feet tremble at her cold threshold. On the other hand, the people destined to die are happy. They do not have to experience eternal life without permanent youth. The graves of the mortal man also proclaim the truth that man is destined to die. Eternity is meant for gods and goddess as they do not grow old. Therefore, the goddess Tithonus pleads should let him go to the world of mortality, and death meant for mortal human beings. So this is all about this chapter. Make sure to like the video and subscribe our channel. Thanks.